What's a modern trend you hope disappears in the next 5 years? Subscriptions for features in cars. Honestly, damn any company that has a built-in feature only available via subscription. I just messaged Peugeot after my 6 months trial of their premium features finished, telling them to shove it up their ass. Being able to see the battery state of your car charging should not be a paid-for feature when you have already paid for the car. My Auto Start is a subscription, but I can't just subscribe to that. There are tiers that provide services I don't need or want for my car. And of course, the Auto Start is only in the highest tier. Treating politicians like celebrities instead of public servants. Treating celebrities as more important members of society. Treating the wealthy as more important members of society. Wealth does not equal merit. Not owning media. The fuck you mean I can't download my ebooks that I bought anymore? If buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. Middle finger. Edit. I'm not advocating for theft, I'm just thinking about how wrong it feels to buy a copy of something and have it taken away. Hugs and kisses. Having to create an account for literally everything online. It's annoying having to create passwords and keep track of them. Add to that, 2-factor auth on a site that literally has no reason for it. Oh, you mean I need an SMS code to log into this totally useless thing that holds no actual info? Sweet. In games it can be even worse. You need an account to an online storefront, like Steam, and then there are some games that have third-party clients that require you to make another account before you can play. Scowls at Sony and Ubisoft in particular. Buccal fat removal. I have a feeling this will look really terrible once these ladies get into their 60s. It won't age well. I have always had big cheeks and even mine are starting to sag hollow a little bit with age. I am 35. I cannot imagine how someone who has intentionally removed all that fat will look. And it's not even their natural facial structure, which always helps with aging. It looks terrible immediately. There was a blip there where the TV movie makeup industry hadn't yet received marching orders to fix it, and basically everybody who had it done looked pre-mummified. Once it became evident that that look was widely disliked, those industry professionals sprang into action, and they did a pretty good job of smoothing things out. I want to see the documentary about the guy or guys who convinced so many celebrities to get it done. They're evil fucking geniuses. Every single piece of tech having AI. I literally could not give a fuck. I don't want AI in Microsoft Word. I don't want it on Facebook. I really just don't want it anywhere. Fuck it off. Agree, mainly get the fuck out of my DMS. Why would I want AI writing messages to my friends' loved ones? Isn't there a loneliness epidemic? Why would I want to have a computer writing my social messages? It's ludicrous. How am I ever meant to feel emotionally connected to anyone? My favorite example of this being both dumb and useless was last year. I was messaging one of my friends to tell them that our mutual best friend had passed away that morning, and Messenger was like, "Would you like our AI assistant to make this message more humorous?" No, I would not. Go back further. Every commodity having a touch screen on it. I don't need my fridge, toaster, coffee maker, car, etc. to have all this bullshit. That's one of the reasons modern stuff breaks all the time trying to do too much. Fridge keeps things cold. Coffee puts water through grounds. Car has motor that make wheels go spinny spin. That's it. With some super simple maintenance, you got stuff that is sturdy, reliable, and will last forever. Fast fashion hauls where influencers buy $500 worth of clothes just to try them on once for views. The even sadder truth is that these clothes are sent to them for free, or they are given a money value to use on a supplier's store in exchange for the video. It's really cheap direct advertising for the company. The influencers then just resell the items on Depop for their cut, and keep the random thing they like. Apps. Everything requires an app now. Why do I need an app to set up my printer? So that Hewlett-Packard can track your location, eavesdrop on your conversations, and monitor your purchases, then sell that information to an unknown third party. But hey, it's on you, you clicked accept. Investment firms buying up starter homes. This seems dangerous to us all. Also, foreign nationals companies buying land, buildings, homes. Sounds coming out of devices on public transport. Do you mean other people's devices? Because I absolutely agree with that, if so. Yes, it's an epidemic. On buses, people playing music. On planes, parents giving children tablets to watch annoying high-pitched kiddie videos without earphones. Obnoxious. Those house flippers who paint literally everything white or millennial gray and take away the most beautiful and unique features of older houses. And they do such a shitty, lazy job on all of it too. And although the big companies buying them up for rentals are obviously a bigger problem, I consider them part of the reason there are so few actual starter homes left. They buy up starter homes, add a bunch of half-assed trendy updates, and resell it for more. Like if it was a true fixer-upper that needed a lot of work done to be livable, fair enough. But not every perfectly fine, basic home needs to be flipped. Anti-intellectualism. I really hope it fades away because it feels like it's everywhere these days. People seem to take pride in dismissing experts, ignoring evidence, and treating knowledge like it's something to be suspicious of instead of valued. It's like being informed or educated is suddenly a bad thing, and honestly, that's a trend that can't end soon enough. Social media definitely plays a role in this. Everyone has a platform now, which is great in some ways, but it also means that opinions can get treated as equal to facts. Someone with zero expertise can confidently shout down experts, and because their post gets more likes or shares, their opinion suddenly feels more valid. It's frustrating to see conversations devolve into, well, that's just your opinion, when actual science or evidence is being discussed. I get it, people are skeptical of authority, and sometimes that's healthy. But the pendulum has swung too far. Dismissing intellectuals or experts outright doesn't make you a free thinker. It just makes it harder for everyone to solve real problems. We need people who are willing to listen, learn, and engage in thoughtful discussions, not just people who say, "I've done my research," after watching a YouTube video. I don't know if it's optimism or wishful thinking, but I hope we can move back toward respecting knowledge and critical thinking. Imagine how much progress we could make if people were less interested in winning arguments and more interested in actually learning from each other. Excessive unnecessary features in cars. Bought a Lexus recently and was pleasantly accepting of the lack of unnecessary features in it. Good physical buttons for all controls, no frills, good reliable driving. Car features peaked in the early 2000s. Give me a screen that's big enough to display a backup camera and a Google Maps interface. Anything bigger and fancier than that is just going to collect finger smudges and reflect the sun. The sad beige epidemic. You know what I'm talking about, those endless Pinterest perfect photos of homes, wardrobes, and even baby nurseries where everything is some shade of beige, cream, taupe, or grayish. It's like color just doesn't exist anymore. It just starts to feel so lifeless and, well, sad. It's especially wild when you see it in kids' stuff. Like, when did we decide that babies, who are literal bundles of chaos and energy, should be surrounded by muted tones that scream, corporate waiting room? I grew up with bright primary colors all over the place. And yeah, maybe it wasn't Instagram worthy, but at least it was fun. Kids don't care about aesthetic. They want colors that pop and toys that don't look like they belong in a museum exhibit called Monotone, the art of sad beige. And don't even get me started on beige wardrobes. It's like everyone's dressing to blend in with a sand dune. Sure, it looks chic on Instagram, but in real life, it's just boring. Sometimes I scroll through my feed and it's like I'm looking at 50 different versions of the same oatmeal sweater. Where's the personality? Where's the fun? Skyrocketing housing prices whether you're a renter or a home buyer. Just like, take it down a notch already please and thank you. Catastrophizing normal feelings. 1. Nervousness equals anxiety. 2. Uncomfortable equals triggering. 3. Shit happens equals traumatized. 4. Sad equals depressed. For those genuinely suffering from anxiety, depression, PTSD, etc., it's not helpful. I hope in the next 5 years they make laws against being able to post children online. I just don't think it's ethical for a parent to post their whole birth to a child's graduation ceremony all over Facebook. I shouldn't be able to see a child's whole life story and be able to see where they are and where they go to school. I'm 23 and I have had my younger cousins, in the 18 to 13 age range, tell me they get bullied at school because some classmate has found their mom's Facebook page and started showing an embarrassing photo she put up in 2010 around the school. And then the family YouTuber channels is a whole other kettle of fish that needs to have laws against it. That is just straight up having kids for views and money, and the kids usually don't get paid for any of it. At least in the film industry there are laws, so the children actors got to keep their money. I'm gonna stop my rant here because I could go on forever about how angry this topic makes me. The language we're using online. I'm not talking about the flash in the pan stuff that sounds ridiculous, like skibbity or whatever. I'm talking about the words we use to avoid talking about topics. Words like unalive when talking about death, or using emojis to censor words like blood, or penis, or shit. It's really feeling like the 1984 doublespeak, where you have to talk in an acceptable way or you no longer get to use the internet. It's absolutely laughable that you can do and say stuff on TV now that wouldn't have been seen even 20 years ago. Yet on the internet, the moment you talk about death or drug use, your YouTube channel gets a strike or your Facebook account gets banned. How ass backward are we as a society where that happens? Daylight savings time. It has not done anything beneficial for me, even as far as seasonal depression. My body operates much better just going with the time the sun comes up. Having to skip an hour or gain an hour just totally messes me up beyond anything else that I know. What's a modern trend you hope disappears in the next 5 years? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.